are here to make any kind of presentation, you are under oath before Commissioners Court. 1.5, public comments. 2.1, you have a public comment? Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, we started working on the Middle Rio parking lot, and we should go ahead and work on it. Probably Monday we start paving, or Tuesday we start paving. And also I'm gonna need, I told the guy from Train to send me the code so I can make a few the interior of the building for all the controls. They have a whole bunch of controls and circuit boards and all of that.
For the Middle Rio Grand Building?
No, for the Border Patrol.
Judge, we got a call from Laredo Food Bank. We were going to do the distribution next week on Tuesday. So we said yes. Maribel will do the flyer. She has them, and she comes back with the food commodities. She'll email the commissioners a copy and post it on Facebook. They can let you know that the constituents already know.
But this was on Monday, right?
I'm not sure.
I think that's what you said.
We do it Tuesday.
But this was on Monday.
Okay.
Also, Judge, I think that the comment that Mr. Catalan made, I think that email was sent to Luis.
It was.
I'll forward it to the secretary.
Any other comments? 2.1, discussion and appropriate action, consideration and approval of plan of finance to issue one or more series of tax notes authorizing county staff, bond counsel, financial advisor to proceed with such financing and approving other matters incident and related thereto.
Let me just mention one thing. The way what we're doing these for is $1 million for each commissioner.
Yes, I want to make sure we get clarification on that because I don't want
And-
anyone to think
right.
that these COs are specifically for the county judge or for the sports complex, because they're not.
So there's $5 million that are dedicated to each one of the commissioners, and $500,000 is set aside for the old courthouse to fix the elevators, air conditioners, and roof. And hopefully that covers all three of them, and that'll be the end of that. If there's any other repairs that will be taken care of by the county.
That's what I was gonna ask, because I don't think 500,000 would be enough, or, I mean, to fix what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, because the elevators are like 150,000, the air conditioners, and basically the roof. And that's to do, what we're estimating is something like a membrane on it, not redo the roof or anything, it's just a membrane. Or fix whatever is up there. We don't know until they come in and do it and work on it.
Well,
But it's not a new roof, it's a membrane.
Well, Trent came in and those air conditioners are older than 15 years old.
Right. And
They need to be replaced.
Right, and so they'll take whatever they need to do and we'll get them taken care of.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Here from T Arena Financial Consulting to discuss the plan of finance. All y'all should have a brief presentation there. Page 1 describes the projects. You can see there's county-owned building improvements, road and bridge projects, park system, golf course, and then purchase of firefighting equipment. We added in about $150,000 estimate. We don't anticipate it being that high, but just to cover cost of issuance for a total par amount of $5.65 million. Page 2 is an estimate, look forward at what your tax rate could look like. You can see in column D, your existing debt is due to be paid off next year, fiscal year 25. We'd be issuing these bonds with a 2-year payment schedule, year 1 being interest only, so interest only in fiscal year 25, followed by the balance in fiscal year 26. We estimate an interest rate of 4% for this, and again, we won't have that final number until the banks come back with bids.
So in theory, we should be able to pay off the debt on this one by 2026, correct?
Correct. The next page is that I got the timetable today, Commissioners Court meeting to discuss the plan of finance. The next important date is Friday, September 6th. That's when we'll get bids from the banks, and Robert and myself will be back on Monday the 9th to present those bids and the results to Commissioners Court for approval of the bid results and approval of the sale. The closing is scheduled for the 10th of October. At that point, you'll get your project fund deposit of $5.5 million. Lastly, the working group, you have your financial advisor, bond counsel. The placement agent is the firm that will be helping us market this to the banks. On the 6th, we'll pick the purchaser, and at that time, you might also receive a paying agent bid as well. Typically, the purchaser will serve as paying agent, so you normally see purchaser and paying agent will be the same thing. Any questions?
Go ahead, Commissioner.
What's the rate for the interest for this amount?
We're estimating 4%, given that the length of repayment term is so low. Typically, banks like a higher interest rate if the rate of repayment is longer. And so right now, the estimate is 4%. And again, we won't know what the final rate will be until September the 6th.
You can get it over, because 4% is a lot.
Yes, sir. But
I mean, I know that what they pay at the banks is not 4%.
sure, and so the placement agent will work with us and bond counsel to negotiate those terms with the banks, and we will certainly advocate on your behalf.
Does this work like our personal money that if they're paying 2% and I got an amount of money in the bank and I can borrow money on the amount they're paying my interest on my CO or whatever you call it there?
Well, in this case, they're going to look at all the things related to the county, your credit, your taxable value, all those factors come into play when the banks come back with their interest rate. A county that was maybe in a worse financial position might be paying a higher than 4% interest rate. We have seen interest rates coming down over the last 2 weeks or so, and so we're hopeful by the time September rolls around, with potential rate cuts coming from the Fed, that you would receive a lower interest rate than what we're projecting now. But we always try to project on the conservative side rather than making a promise we can't keep.
Oscar, what's your interest right now on the deals you have in the bank?
Right now, on our short term, we're about 5.4, and on the longer, 4.5.
On the short term,
About 5.4.
5%?
5.4%.
Huh?
5.4%.
I thought it was lower than that the last time we talked. Okay, well, okay, my apologies. I didn't know it was that high. I thought it was about 2 or 3%. Also on,
Yes, sir.
and how much we're borrowing, $5,600,000?
5,500,000.
Plus the estimated cost of issuance.
I see the last payment is gonna be for $6,077,000.
Yes.
What?
So the total payment is going to be the principal of $5.65 million plus any interest, and so we won't have that final number for the total payment until we run the numbers on the bids as they come in on September the 6th. And when we come back to present on September 9th, that will be when we can present the final terms of the deal, including total principal and interest. And at that time, we'll know the total cost of issuance as well. The $150,000 is just an estimate.
Thomas,
Yes.
I know for the past few years we've been doing seals. Now we're doing text notes. What is the difference for us?
So the important difference is the requirement to post notice of intent to issue COs in the newspaper, and there's a 45-day period that those need to go on. And so the tax notes negates the need to do that, so you can issue and receive your money faster. So that's really the main difference there. And again, with a 2-year repayment, tax notes are a pretty simple way to go.
Other questions? There are no other questions. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Odena. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Excuse me, any opposition?
Judge, I have a question. I'm on the 500,000 for the courthouse. I don't have a problem with what I'm receiving to give 200,000 for if it's additional repairs for the annex courthouse, the historical courthouse. Because I know that needs a lot. So I'm not sure if 500,000 is going to be enough to fix it, but I'm willing to get 200,000 from my CO to get it going.
Ms. Solis.
Thank you.
Ms. Solis.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you all.
Thank you. 2.2, discussion and appropriate action, consideration and approval of resolution by Dimmit County, Texas, declaring the county's intention to reimburse certain expenditures with borrowing proceeds.
This is actually a provision that allows the county, excuse me, to actually do projects currently and then get paid for them from the tax notes. So you can actually start working on your projects or courthouse or whatever it is that you want to do.
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Urenda. Further discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 2.3, discussion and appropriate action, accept donation from Middle Rio Grande for the purchase of school supplies. This is it should have been as an informational, but it's just to accept a donation. It's a formality. Middle Rio Grande donates to the county of Dimmit to purchase supplies for the youth of Dimmit County. It's just a formality, but should have been as an informational. I'll entertain a motion nonetheless.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Odena, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition?
I have a question, Judge. What was the dollar amount?
$500, Commissioner Rubalcaba. Yes, it's every year. No, it was 500. Yeah, they did it last year as well. Motion carries. 3.1 should not be on there. It's a claim docket. There's no action. 4 point, executive session. Is there any executive session matters?
Judge, I'd like to request to go into executive session.
Okay. The time is 10:17, and we will be going into executive session. I will entertain a motion to recess and adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? This motion carries. A special meeting is ended. Thank you.